Okay guys, I've got some great suspension on this bike. I've really improved this bike a lot compared to when I first got it. I gotta be honest, I didn't like this bike at all in stock form, and now I'm getting pretty comfortable on it and picking up the pace. So I've got my Blackjack Raven forks on the front. I've got a National Shock on the back, and it's soaking up all the rocks and the roots, tracking straight through stuff, as well as handling the whoops excellent. So I'll just give you a quick view of it here. It's a little slick today. There's some, we've had snow up here, and there's some ice underneath that snow, so I'm not going to hook it up too much, but see what I can do. Okay, I'm going downhill on this trail. It's steeper than it looks. The whoops on the downhill are not as easy as whoops on the uphill. hill's got a steep drop off, and so you gotta be careful not to get into a kicker situation to go up the edge. Plus it's a little icy through here. Okay guys, pretty nice little section through there. It handles great through the whoops. It's very confidence inspiring now. Hopefully you can hear, if you watch this video, and hear how the engine responds to when I hit bumps, you know, rocks, roots, whoops, whatever. It's not jerking on the engine. That's because it's not losing traction. Sorry, I'm just a slightly bit clogged up here from being sick, but you know, it's really putting the tire on the ground all the time now. Whereas with the stock suspension, no way. And with the stock suspension, every time I'd hit something, it'd be you know, just jerking on the motor. Whereas this one just tracks over it and gets traction on those obstacles rather than rejecting them, basically, and just, you know, kicking the tire around. So I'm definitely happy with this, and I've also got another setup that I'm happy with too. Greg at Factory Suspension Works here in Colorado, he made me a set of, he revalved the forks and the shock of the stock stuff, and it's damn good. This is better, but this is also very expensive. His setup is about $1,000 to revalve both ends. And then of course, if you want a spring, you got to add that on there if you need a spring. But his work is exceptional, and the bike will work exceptionally well. Like I said, it's not going to work as good as this, but these are, you know, $5,000 forks and a $3,000 shock. Not everybody wants that, or can afford that, or can appreciate that, but I sure can. I do everything I can to make it to where the bike doesn't beat me up to where this old carcass of mine can keep going for another, I don't know, 10 years or so. The clock's ticking, so, you know, I'm going to throw money at it to make it the way I want it, to where it's comfortable for me, it's confidence inspiring, it's a lot safer because it's not kicking you around, throwing you off the trail or throwing you on your head. And to me, the money I have to spend for top-notch suspension, you know, I'm going to spend it because I want to keep riding, and I don't want my body beat up from you know, a harsh ride, which is the way they are stock. I don't care what anybody wants to say about how great the stock suspension is. It sucks. You know, it's great in whoops when it's new. Then after it breaks in, I rode one the other day that had a lot of miles on it, and you know, it was mushy in the whoops. It was kind of wallowy feeling, but yet it still had the harshness in the rocks and the roots. So that's what all WP suspension does when it breaks in with the stock settings in it. Every one I've ever ridden does the same thing. They're harsh, and then they get soft on the big stuff and stay harsh on the little stuff. So this suspension, or Greg from Factory Suspension Works suspension, does not do that. It's, well, I mean, especially Greg stuff for $1,000. Jesus, that's a cheap solution to having a bike that works well. All right, guys, I'm shutting it off for now, and hope to see you on the trail. And oh, and don't forget, get out there for some throttle therapy. Ciao.